36 right now, 38 by the time that contract expires, and look, bigger for a guy who's already 36 years old, but still, Braun at this point seems more and more like an animal when you look at all the factors combined here. At the end of the day, though, it's of Montreal and, oddly enough, Vegas looming around in the background. It is interesting and, I'd say, enlightening to hear that David about this player from Czechia and team BT Liberec in the Czech League, because when it comes to the folks over in Detroit, some good rumors popped up saying that this guy, Jakub Rychlovsky, has apparently been linked to Motown. So what I wanted to do in this video was give you your overview as to who this guy is, what he's about, and just why the Red Wings might be interested in him. Now, this was tweeted out by 82 Green Liberec fans. This is their, I guess, fan page, if you wanted to go literally there. Jakub Rychlovsky, okay, I'm not going to read that, that's in Czech. According to Deník Sport on Twitter, which is, if you take a look at it, I mean, it's a Czech sports website. They are verified, and they have a whole bunch of followers, lots of news specifically with the Detroit Red Wings. This, of course, is speculation, but it was posted and it did garner some traction. So what I wanted to do in this video was talk about the guys. In fact, if you go over to Elite Prospects and their transactions page for Rychlovsky, it says that he is in rumors with the Detroit Red Wings. So I didn't realize that Elite Prospects started reporting stuff on rumors, but transaction data, look, status rumors, the date, it's from May 25th, so a few days ago. And you can see the source right here. If we go over to isport.bless.cz, it's going to be cookie. Okay, can we translate this? Yeah, let's do that. Is this about cookies? Use for free. Yeah, there you go. I agree. Rychlovsky is headed to the NHL from Liberec. Will be, and if you take a look at this, yeah, it's behind a paywall. Okay, we can't read this article, but Detroit is apparently the destination here, according to the folks over on social media. Let's go out there and talk about Rychlovsky and what the Red Wings might be getting. So, Jakub Rychlovsky is 2001 born, 22 years old, 5'10", 181, left-handed left-wing guy. Not the biggest dude in the world, not the smallest either, but he is just kind of a normal-ish to maybe a tad smaller size forward. And this season, with BT Liberec in the Czech League, he had 46 points in 51 games played. 26 goals, 20 assists, and he had 7 points in 9 games in the postseason. This is a really big step up compared to the 17 points he had in 52 games last year with the same hockey team. He also suited up for Team Czechia internationally, scoring 13 points in 13 games, although you should know that these Czechia games that he played for were not the World Championships. He did not play in the recent tournament that was led by his astronaut, where they won and everything. He wasn't a part of that. Instead, he played for the EHT, where he had 4 points in 5 games played, as well as a few extra Team Czechia games where he was still producing points and doing his thing. He also is coming off a really good point production streak to end off the season in the playoffs, where he had, 6 points in his final 6 games played. And even in one of these games, he had a goal, even though he only played 3 minutes time on ice. So we'll do some more research there as to what happened. But either way, when it comes to Rychlovsky, you can see that his profile this season exploded in terms of goal production and overall points. 26 goals in 51 games from 5 goals in 52 games last year is a huge, huge improvement. And when you take a look at some of the footage, it supports that claim pretty heavily. BT Liberec has a lot of YouTube videos where they talk about their guys and their cool challenges and top 5 moments, and even this video right here, it's training with Rychlovsky. It's a video where he's got ups in the back of the net, and even doing Michigan in it as well. So nice to see that video done speaks. Yes, BT Liberec actually does have some pretty good social media, honestly, especially for a team that not too many folks in North America keep up with. To help us out as well, let's go over on to this article on EP Ringside from earlier in March. Central Europe Stopwatch, Jakub Rychlovsky is setting scoring records in the Czech Extraliga. This is from American Hockey, and if you scroll down into the piece here, Take a look at what it says about Richlowski. His stock is rising at a rate that is sure to generate some attention overseas as a free agent of interest. The progress is undeniable. From 1 point in 13 games in 1920 to 45 points in 15 games.
Fans around were getting up is actually better than staying in bed.
For New York, just 4 seasons later, he is now the youngest player in Czech NHL League history to win the scoring title. Scoring in the season finale to give him 26 goals on the season, one better than the previous record holder, Dominik Kubalik. His nickname is Richland, and it's fitting one. The translation on it is speed, and that's one of the dominant features of his game. He's an intelligent, instinctual scorer with a flair for showing up big and scoring goals. And NHL teams are right to have interest in Richlowski. Now, I didn't realize this, and we had talked about it earlier, but yeah, Richlowski was 46 points, 9th overall in points, great, but his goal production was number 1. So if you go over to the all-time Czech Extra Liga records, kind of crazy how the top 2 guys in the league in goals were on the same team, but you take a look at guys in this age range here, you'll find guys that got more goals, etc., etc. I mean, Dominik Kubalik had 29 goals in his 21-year-old season. He had 25 goals in his 20-year-old season, but Richlowski was right there in the middle. 26 goals, 22 years old, the youngest goal scorer to win the number 1 goal production metric in the entire league. So that, of course, is noteworthy. He's doing some things in Czechia that we haven't really seen much of out of anybody else. And with the Detroit Red Wings potentially being involved here, it does make sense when you consider the fact that Dominik Kubalik was a primary Red Wings target back in the day. Now, sure, Kubalik did not start his career in the NHL with the Detroit Red Wings. He signed from Switzerland over into the Chicago Blackhawks system, had 30 goals in 68 games as a rookie, and was a Calder finalist as a result. You might remember that this was the year with Kubalik, Hughes, and Cale Makar, so a pretty stacked year, all things considered. He also had 8 points in 9 games for Chicago in the 2020 bubble playoffs. He then kind of faltered a little bit, and then he was sent over to Detroit, 45 points in 81 games and 20 goals. Not the best, but he was still fine. Then he was traded over to Ottawa into the break-it trade, and he really fell off. 15 points in 74 games played, 11 goals as well. So a huge decline, point production-wise, from his Detroit season last year. I mean, look, Sens fans have been complaining about Dominik Kubalik all season long, and then I saw even more complaints during the World Championships because he did have 8 points in 10 games for that same Czechia team. And I saw a lot of Sens fans saying, look at him, why is this guy scoring? Like, why is he looking good now? Why did he not look good with us? That's kind of, suspicious there. So, all Dominik Kubalik aside, the Red Wings being interested in another Czech winger from the free agent depths of whatever into the NHL. It does intrigue me, but it does appear that this is their main target right now. It is Jakub Richlowski. I feel he should feel it there. And he's a guy you should be paying attention to because if he does come over to Detroit, I'm not saying he's going to be like an amazing goal scorer. He's not going to get 30 goals like Dominik Kubalik did when he is an NHL debut. But if Richlowski, best case scenario, let's say 10 goals, 10 assists at the NHL level next year, if he does even make the NHL, then that's a pretty big win for a guy who's at a free agency at 22 years old, undrafted Czech winger. So we'll see what happens here if Richlowski even does sign with the Detroit Red Wings and if he plays with the Motown team. If not, he'll get sent over to Grand Rapids. If he's good over there, we'll see what happens. But for now, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the rumors linking Jakub Richlowski, free agent from Czechia, to the Detroit Red Wings. I hope you enjoyed this Red Trash Focus 99. And bye. By the way, guys, I trained our Pokemon up a bit since Dollar only wanted to train something. Here, Joe, you love how I played last time. I mean, you remember your reaction to Charmander evolving?
Okay, hold on, Joe. I got something to confess. What is it for I don't want to answer about those anymore. Are you trying to get off to get that? Are you trying to go? Besides, can I just talk to the thing training that? Are you fucking serious, Farad? You made me train that useless floppy piece of shit only for you to tell me you don't want it anymore? I 100% agree with you, Joe. Farad, that's fucked up and you know it. Guys, I'm sorry. I hope you two can forgive me, but I guarantee that Lopez will be unfinished. I thought about the fact how Gabriel doesn't have a good special attack in this game. I'm sorry, Joe. Will you forgive me? Only if you call me daddy. Jesus fucking Christ, Joe. Maybe next time the fucking rival battle before you embarrass us. Okay, calm the fuck down. I literally trained our team up. Don't disrespect me, bitch. Okay, well, you do your thing, Joe. By the way, how far do you plan on progressing today? I plan on going through the Nugget Bridge and all the way to Bill. And then I plan on challenging Misty today as well. That's the way the team will go. Joe, don't get too ahead of yourself. You know good and damn well that you're sitting on last year here with so many trainers and then challenge 50. Calm the fuck down and let the Rock challenge her next time we play. I agree, Scott. I agree, Joe. I know how you're bringing it, so that I might work well enough for you to take on this too. Plus, listen, I have a few other things. Fuck you both. I'm tired of being constantly disrespected. Whether it's being called demented, senile, Oregon, any other fucked up shit. It doesn't change the fact that I've literally carried our team by training our other Pokemon. And guess what, guys? I'm going to continue fucking cooking. Okay, how about this then? Let's do a best 2 out of 3 vote when you're done with your trainers and Bill, so we can see where your brain is at. That's actually a smart idea, Donald. I just believe it's capable of being smart. Shut the fuck up, Barack. I'm way smarter than you believe me. Okay, both of you guys calm your nipples. Donald, I will take you up on that proposal. In the meantime, just enjoy my dominance in this fucking game. We'll see about that, Joe. By the way, what's your strategy with regards to training our team up? I think it's pretty simple. Even though I get hard as fuck over Shamil, it's pretty clear that he can't really do shit against Misty. I'm going to have Nador involved and have a carry against Misty. Honestly, Joe, other than your Charmeleon take, I actually like that idea.